Hi everyone, this is a voice hire platform which is used for recruiters spending hours on initial calling to the candidate that replaces with AI voice agent that conduct interview and generate insight instant evaluations. So the platform look like this. Here is the candidate details that they can fill in. They can review the candidate, they can directly call the candidate. So this is the screening flow works on. These are the services that we provide them. So, and here in the dashboard, people can look into their candidate details. Here is the candidate details, all is about. So from here, it is showing how many candidates it has been. From here, it can look into the detail of that candidate. So he has scored this, has this. So it decision it provide like it needs to be more evaluation needed. So interview questions where this were the answers that he were providing. Strength is this, weakness of that candidate is this, all those things. So from here on, the interviewer can get the overall insight of that candidate. Along with that, it is very much like it won't be spending the HR won't be spending lots of time on their initial screening, whereas they can use the platform and then they can directly ask questions, or like they can provide the get the insight of the applicant or the candidate, and then they can decide what to which candidate they wanted to go ahead with. Let's start the call with a candidate.
Hi, Moira. Thanks for taking this interview for the full stack engineer role. I'll ask you a few quick questions to understand your experience. It should only take a couple of minutes. Let's get started. Can you tell me about your experience?
I have 3 years of experiences working as a full stack engineer in a product based organization.
Let me think of the next question. Thanks for sharing that. Could you tell me which technologies or programming languages have you worked with most frequently in your full stack engineering project?
I have worked with JavaScript, Python, TypeScript.
Great, thanks for sharing that. Could you describe a recent project where you use these technologies and explain your specific contributions to the project?
I have used this technology in order to build a like carbon platform, management
Could you give
platform.
a bit evaluating your response? Content contemplate. Thanks for sharing about your experience and recent projects. Chinmoy. Since I couldn't process your evaluation at the moment, here's a quick follow up. Can you tell me about a challenge you faced during your work as a full stack engineer and how you solved it?
In my full stack engineering role, in the currently working with the Footprint IQ, they were paying around $6,000 to AWS bill, which I have reduced to $400 bill, which was a reduction of 90% using a distributed system.
That's an excellent example, Chinmoy. Reducing the AWS bill from $6,000 to $400 using a distributed system shows great problem solving skills